भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः स्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। अथ एकया ऊर्ध्व उदानः पुण्येन पुण्यं लोकं नयति पापेन पापम् उभाभ्यामेव मनुष्यलोकम् आदित्यो ह वै बाह्यः प्राणः उदयत्येषः ह्येनं चाक्षुषं प्राणमनुगृह्णानः पृथिव्यां या देवता सैषा पुरुषस्य अपानमवष्टभ्य अन्तरायदाकाशस्य समानः वायुर्व्यानः। The last part of the third question was katham adhyatmam katham bahyam abhidhatte. How does the prana tattvam sustain the individual adhyatmam, and how does the pranam sustain the bahyam? Bahyam means the external, which refers to adhibhutam. And when we say adhyatmam, we should not take the individual self. Prana does not sustain the individual self, the Atman. But here the individual indicates the individual shariram. Prana sustains the anatma. Prana does not sustain the atma. On the other hand, atma sustains prana. That is a different story. So here adhyatmam does not refer to the Chaitanya Rupa Atma, but adhyatmam refers to Jada Rupa Sthula Sukshma Shariram, the Kalebaram. So here Atma means Shariram. Adhi Atmam, Atma refers to Shariram, not the self. And Bhashyam refers to the external world, which is generally referred to as the Adhibhutam. So thus, one prana alone sustains both the Vyashti and the Samashti. In what form does it sustain was the question. So the first part is very clear. Prana sustains the Adhyatmam in the form of the Pancha Pranas, Prana, Apana, Vyana, Udana, Samana Rupena. In the form of the respiratory power, excretory power, etc., it sustains the individual body. Then the question is, how does it sustain the total, for which alone the answer we are seeing in the 8th mantra. So these Pancha Pranas expressed in 5 different forms at the cosmic level. What are they? the prana expresses as Aditya, the sun god. The apana expresses as Prithvi, the earth goddess. And then samana expresses as Antarakasha, the intermediary space known as Antariksham. And Vyana represents as the Vayu, the Sarvagata Vayu. They all have got some link also. Samana occupies the intermediary space in our system, because the locus of the Samana is the stomach, and therefore in the external field the Samana's expression is Antariksham, which is also the intermediary space between Bhuloka and Suvarloka. Antariksham na Bhuvarlokaha nartham. So Bhuhu is Prithvi, Bhuvayityantariksham, Bhuritiva ayam lokaha, Bhuvayityantariksham, Suvarityasau lokaha. Therefore, Antariksham means the intermediary space, which is the stomach of the cosmic person. Cosmic stomach is the Antariksham. And the Vyana is the prana principle which goes all round the body, because Vyanaha charati, sarvatra charati, because there are so many nadis, remember. So 70 crore, 72 lakhs and odd number of nadis are there. Vyana moves through all of them. And similarly, at the external level, it is the Sarvagata Vayuhu, because Vayu also travels all over. So thus, Aditya, Prithvi, Antariksha, Vayuhu, and finally, the Udana's external expression is said to be Tejaha or Agni Tattvam. That is what is said in this mantra. Adityoha vai bhashya pranaha udayati. And yeshaha enam chakshusham pranam anugrinnanaha udayati. And what is the job of the samashti? So the samashti prana not only sustains the samashti prapancha, but also sustains the vyashti prana. Similarly, samashti apana also sustains the samashti prapancha, and it has to also bless the vyashti. Similarly, Vyana, Udana, etc. And that is why Chakshusham Pranam Anugrinnanaha. Not only the prana sustains the external universe, but it also sustains our respiratory system, our perception, etc. Then Prithivyam ya Devata. So that Devata which is in Prithvi, the Prithvi Devata, Apanam Avashtavya, is sustaining the Apana Tattvam at the individual level. Prithvi Devata is the Apanam at the cosmic level, and it sustains the Apana at the individual level, keeping it well balanced. I told you in the last class, without the pull of Prithvi Devata, the Udana would have lifted a person up. So we all will be going up like fuel balloons, you know. So therefore in the Olympic Games, they leave the balloons up. Like that, each one of us will be one balloon flying up. Now we are all kept pulled downwards because of the Prithvi Devata. Okay, Avashtavya, the verb is missing there. We have to supply Avashtavya Tishtati. So after avastabhya, a comma must be put to indicate the apana topic is over. And then, antara yad akashaha sa samanaha. Again after samanaha, a comma must be there, because that is the fourth. Antara yad akashaha. That part of the space which is in between the earth and heavens, saha samanaha bhavati. That is the external expression of the samana prana. So therefore we should understand it as bhashyaha. And the bhashyaha is only add pannam. Adityaha is bhashya pranaha. Prithvi is bhashya apanaha. And antariksha is bhashya samanaha. The third topic, not fourth. So saha bhashyaha samanaha bhavati. Again we have to supply the verb. And then the next topic is vayuhu vyanaha bhavati. Vayuhu refers to the all-pervading air. Bhashya vayuhu is vyanaha, is the external expression of the internal vyana principle. And therefore we should understand the external vayu blesses our internal vyana. External antariksha blesses the internal samana also. Now 4 of them have been mentioned, and now the 5th one has not yet been mentioned. What is that? Udanaha. That is going to come in the next shloka. Tejoha vava udanaha tasmadupashanta tejaha punarbhavam indriyair manasi sampadyamanaih. So, tejoha vava udanaha. Vava is just an expletive or is an emphasis. Indeed, tejaha, the Agni Tattvam, the fire principle which pervades the whole universe, is udanaha, is the external expression of udanaha. That is the udanaha of the Virat. That is, if you take the cosmos as a person, as the Virat Ishvaraha, and that Virat Ishvara must have Pancha Prana, and Virat Ishvara's prana will be Adityaha, Virat Ishvara's apanaha will be Prithvi, Virat Ishvara's samana will be Antariksham, and Vyana will be Sarvagata Vayuhu. That is why Bhuvpadav Yasyanabhir Vyad Asur Anilaha, Asuhu Anilaha, Chandra Suryaucha Netre, etc. we take. Therefore, take the cosmos as a person, then what will be the Udana? The Agni Tattvam will be the Udana aspect of the universal person. So that is the Bhashya Udanaha. And in the form of Udana, it sustains 2 things. One is, it sustains the whole cosmos, and secondly, it sustains the individual Udana also. And with that, the answer to that question is over. Katham Bhashyam Abhidatte. How does the prana sustain the external universe? The answer is Aditya, Prithvi, Antariksha, Vayu Agni Rupena Pranaha Bashyam Prapancham Abhidatte. In the form of the fivefold natural forces, the prana sustains the cosmos. So therefore, with that, there is a full stop understood, because that topic is over now. Because in the Upanishad, full stop, comma, semicolon, even the change of topic, next para also won't be there. So we should be able to distinguish. And this topic started from where? It started from Adityo Havai onwards is Katham Bashyam Abhidatte. Anyway, that we will see in the end which question is answered where. Now up to this is the answer to Katham Bashyam Abhidatte. In the rest of the portion, the Maranam is going to be talked about a little bit more. The student had asked the question, Katham Pranaha Utkramate. How does the prana get out of the body? That was one of the questions. And that question was already answered also. Where was it answered? It was answered in the 7th mantra, Urdvaha Ekaya Nadhya Urdhvam Utkramate. Prana goes out through the Urdhva Nadi, known as Sushumna Nadi. It was answered. But now that very same answer is elaborated a little bit more. Therefore, Utkramana Bhaga is continued here a little bit more. And at the time of death, what happens? We had said that all other pranas are withdrawn. That is, prana, apana, vyana and samana becomes weaker and weaker, and they are all going to be absorbed into udana. And that is why respiratory system becomes weaker, breathing trouble starts. And apana also is in trouble, excretion doesn't properly take place. Vyana, circulation is affected. Samana, digestion doesn't work, because all of them are withdrawn by udanaha. It is packing for prayanam. So if we have to vacate a place, hours before packing begins. And how long before depends upon how much things we have got. And it will be all reduced into 4 packs or 5 packs. Similarly, udana gets ready for, therefore, one knapsack. Therefore, all prana, apana, vyana, samana, they are all packed into udana. And this udana is, along with the Jivatma, the Chidabhasa Chaitanyam, it is going to leave. And now, the udana has been pointed out as the Agni Tattvam. And therefore, as the udana goes away, the Agni Tattvam also goes away. Therefore, the heat of the body leaves the body. And that is why this person becomes, no more person, this body becomes cold. Tanda ho gaya jalwana. Therefore, it has become cold. That is what is said here. Upashanta teja. That is next sentence. It is Maranakala, Prayanakala Vicharaha, like our 8th chapter of the Gita. So, Upashanta Tejaha means that person from whose body the Agni Tattvam has gone away. Upashantam Tejaha Yasmad or Yasya Saha Upashanta Teja. And it refers to a person who is about to depart. Shankaracharya says mumurshuhu. Mumurshuhu means about to die, a dying person. So a dying person becomes upashanta tejaha, colder and colder. And the reason is what? Upashanta udanatvat, because his udana tattvam is leaving this body. Punarbhavam. So punarbhavam means punarjanma. Here bhavaha means janma, or it refers to another shariram. So punarbhavam, sharirantaram, another body. And we have to supply the verb, it is not here, pratipadyate. He enters, or he goes towards. So a person whose body has become cold is now leaving along with udana to another body. Punarbhavam pratipadyate. Along with what? Indriyaihi, along with the sense organ. Manashashthani indriyani prakritisthani karshati shariram yadavapnoti yachapyutkramati ishvaraha grihitvaitani sanyati vayurgandhani vashayat. Just as again vayuhu, just as vayu takes the smell from the ashaya, the flowers, similarly the udana vayu takes the fragrance of life. Because now we are all fragrant people. Fragrant means what? Fragrant, okay, powder la mondundirukkom, that's a different thing. I mean fragrant means the fragrance of life. The touch of life is there. That fragrance is taken away by udana vayu. So indriyaihi saha. And how do the indriyas travel? They are also packed off. Because while traveling they cannot be used. So therefore the indriyas are also packed in a special trunk. And what is that? Manasi sampadyamane, which are resolved into the mind. So the mind is the suitcase in which all the indriyas are packed. And after entering another body, or room la enter pannana enna pandrom? Adalla chaviya dhaan thedva. So immediately open and start unpacking. Similarly, the moment they enter another body, from the mind all the sense organs are thrown, and everything has got a place. Almirah is there, adella golakam. So therefore kitchen almirah, toothpaste powder kungumathukku, all those things we have got golaka. And at the time of travel they all go to suitcase. How Lord has beautifully created. Therefore he says manasi sampadyamanehi. Sampadyamanehi means resolved. So along with the sense organs which are resolved into the mind, the upashanta tejaha purushaha, the dying person, punarbhavam, another shariram, pratipadyate, he goes to, through which marga? Urdhva nadya, that is sushumna nadya. Okay. Is that alone or something more is there? Something more is also there. Because the question will come, in which direction the udana will take a person? So when you get out of the house, no doubt the prana is helping you to go out. But which bus you enter into, or which train you enter into, depends upon what? In your mind there is a sankalpaha. I am going to Amarnath, or I am going to Annanagar, or I am going to this place. Thus the udana along with the sense organs resolved into the mind plus the sankalpa of a person has to be introduced. That is going to be said in the next mantra. Yacchittaha tena yesha pranamayati pranastejasa yuktaha saha atmana yatha sankalpitam lokam nayati. You can understand? Yat chittaha purushaha. So here chittaha literally chittaha is mind. But in this context, chitta means the sankalpa in the mind. Sankalpa means what? Our likes, our innate craving. Antakalecha mameva yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tyajatyante kalebaram tantame vaiti kaunteya sada tadbhava bhavitaha. That sankalpa alone is called bhavana. Everybody has got one deep ambition in life. There are so many mini ambitions, but there is one very deep ambition in life, and that is called here bhavana. And how did they develop this deep ambition? Sada tadbhava bhavitaha. Constantly, day in and day out, thinking of that sankalpa come. And yat chittaha purushaha saha tena means tena sankalpena yeshaha pranam ayati. So pranam means here all these four pranas. All the four pranas go out. Pranam ayati. Yeshaha refers to Jivatma. So yeshaha chidabhasa rupa Jivatma. Yacchittaha bhavati. Whatever sankalpa he entertains, with that sankalpa he comes out. So how beautifully it is said. The idea is, Chidabhasa comes to the pranas, and the pranas are going to come to Udana. Thus, Udana will have all the other four pranas, as well as the Jivatma. Thus, a bundle is there, consisting of the four pranas resolved into Udana, as well as the Jivatma. Jivatma referring to the Chidabhasa, also resolved into Udana, because Jivatma also has to travel. Thus, Jivatma is packed into Udana, four pranas are packed into Udana, and one more important packing is there, that is the Sankalpa, which is the main fuel. Water bottle mari ella irundhalum adha kaiyila vechirupparu illaya. Illana some people have got flask with coffee, the energy. So that Sankalpa is one which has to determine the direction. So yeshaha Jivatma pranam ayati resolves into prana, and prana goes to Udana. That is what is said here. Pranaha tejasa yuktaha bhavati. So pranaha here refers to all the other four pranas. This prana enters where? Tejasa yuktaha. Here tejas refers to Udana, because we have already told that tejas and Udana are one and the same. Atmana lokam nayati. So here you have to supply the subject Udana. This Udana, into which the prana and Jivatma has resolved, this Udana lokam nayati. Take the jivatma to various lokas. And how does it take? Saha atmana. Traveling along with the jivatma, taking the jivatma along with itself, the udana leads the jivatma to other lokas. Saha atmana, inge atma refers to jivatma alone. So, jivatmana saha gachan, udanaha jivatmanam lokam nayati. Okay, what loka? Yatha sankalpitam. According to the sankalpa that a person entertains. Kamanya kamayate manyamanah sa kamabhirjayate tatra tatra paryapta kamasya kritatmanastu ihaiva sarve praviliyanti kama. So therefore, according to the type of kama or sankalpa, the udana takes into the loka. That is why in the case of Jivan Mukta, udana gets confused. Because it asks the question, to which loka I should take you? What type of sankalpa you have got? So then Jivan Mukta says, where should I go? Aham sarvagataha nityaha sthanuhu. And when he says nothing, the udana doesn't have employment. And when it doesn't have work, it completely resolves. And that is why there is no travel in the case of Jivan Mukta. Paryapta kamasya kritatmanastu ihaiva sarve praviliyanti kama. I am going to give you a free ticket. Enga povanangata. We will certainly take at least you will post. Isn't it? We can go to some place, at least free ticket, and at least Panaviranda we will think twice. But here, even if udana takes us free, I have no intention to go anywhere. That is why for a Jivan Mukta, no travel. In the case of others, yatha sankalpitam lokam nayati. Okay, this is the extension of katham utkramate. With this, all the questions of the student has been answered. So how does prana come? How does prana stay in the body? How does it divide into various factors? How does it go out of the body? How does it sustain the individual? How does it sustain the total? All the sub-questions have been answered. Now, the teacher comes to the main purpose, and the main purpose is upasana. So, all these discussions on prana is for what purpose? Since prana is such an important principle, prana is an exalted principle, prana upasana is going to bless a person. So thus, the previous chapter as well as this chapter is only a preparation for prana upasana. Why this much preparation? Because the upasana has to be done only on an utkrishta vastu. Nobody does upasana on nikrishta vastu. Utkrishta means what? A superior object. So for first the prana superiority is established. And now that we know pranaha utkrishtaha, now we can do upasana of the pranaha. Because prana is equal to the samashti shakti known as the Hiranyagarbha principle, who contains the total power of the universe. And therefore, as a Vyashti, I can certainly do the samashti prana upasana. Okay, that is going to be said in the 11th mantra. Ya evam vidvan pranam veda nahasya prajahiyate amruto bhavati tadesha shlokaha. So the upasana is said in this mantra, and merely if upasana alone is said, then nobody will practice that upasana. Therefore, you have to always hold a carrot in front. So, if you do this upasana, what will be the phalam? Therefore, phalam also is being mentioned here. So, evam vidwan. So, vidwan means not Brahma vidwan. Evam pranam vidwan. So, that person who knows the prana in this manner. In this manner means what? Adhyaya dvaya ukta prakarena. In the manner as described in the second chapter and the third chapter, how the prana is important for the individual, how the prana is important for the total. And even in the second chapter, you should remember, prana was said to be prane sarvam pratithitam araiva rathanabhav, and how prana is the Surya Tattva, and how prana is all the four Vedas. All those descriptions given in the second and third chapter. Yaha vidwan, the one who knows. And is the knowledge enough? No. And Veda. Veda means what? Upaste. Upasanam karoti. So the one who knows and meditates upon that samashti prana, who is none other than Hiranyagarbha. Tasya kim phalam? The phalam is asya praja nahiyate. His children will not have apamrityuhu, because prana will bless, isn't it? Because whatever devata is worshipped, that devata will bless according to its power. What can a minister do? Whatever portfolio he has got, if he is an industry minister, he may give a license. If he is an education minister, school admission is useful. So just according to the portfolio, only the devata can bless. And if it is Lakshmi Devi, what can she do? Then Saraswati Devi, some knowledge. If it is prana, what blessing the prana can do? That it can give a longer life, or it can avoid the apamrityuhu. Therefore it is said, asya. Asya refers to upasakasya, prana upasakasya, hiranyagarbha upasakasya, praja. Praja means progeny, the children, nahiyate. They do not depart. So that their family will have a long life. This is ihaloka phalam. Ellathukkum rendu phalam vara solana. Ihaloka phalam and paraloka phalam. And after the maranam, what will the upasaka get? Amrutaha bhavati. And after the maranam, the upasaka goes to Brahmaloka. Shukla gatya sushumna nadya vyapo ohyasirshakapale bhurityagnav pratitishthati bhuvajiti vajau suvarityaditye mahayiti brahmani apnoti swara ajyam, etc. we saw in Taittiriya. Like that he goes to Brahmaloka. And not only he goes to Brahmaloka, The one who goes to Brahmaloka attains knowledge there, and thereafterwards gets Krama Mukti also. And thus, in Brahmaloka, he gets Apekshikam Amrutatvam, and through Krama Mukti, he gets Mukhyam Amrutatvam also. In Brahmaloka, he gets relative immortality. Relative immortality means what? Long life. And thereafterwards, when he gets Krama Mukti, the immortality becomes Mukhyam Amrutatvam, the real immortality also. Therefore it is said, Amrutaha Bhavati. Okay. This is the Phalam. And thereafterwards, Tadesha Shlokaha. And this being a Brahmanopanishad, in support of this statement, it is quoting a mantra, that is a mantra from the mantra bhaga of the Vedas. I had told in the introduction that Veda is divided into various portions. The beginning portion is called mantra bhaga. The next portion is called Brahmana Bhaga. The next portion is called Aranyakam. And the last portion is called Upanishad. Mantra, Brahmana, Aranyaka, Upanishad. And of this, the Brahmana portion is generally a commentary upon the mantra portion. Brahmana is an elaboration. Brahmana na inge Brahmana Kshatriya Vaishya Shudra kadayadu. The Brahmana bhaga of the Veda is generally a commentary of the mantra bhaga. And therefore, often in the Brahmana bhaga, the mantra bhaga is quoted for support. And that is why in Taittiriya and all we often get Tadapyesha Shloko Bhavati, Tadapyesha Shloko Bhavati. So Shlokaha means mantraha. And that is what is done, because Prashnopanishad is what Upanishad, mantra or Brahmana? Prashnopanishad is a Brahmanopanishad. Therefore it is quoting a mantra. So Tadesha Shlokaha. Tad means what? Tasmin Arthe. Tasmin Arthe na Kasmin Arthe. Amruto Bhavati ityasmin Arthe. That he will get a big result. So in Phala Arthe, Yeshaha Vakshyamanaha Shlokaha, there is the following mantra also. And what is that mantra? We will read. Utpatti Mayatim Sthanam Vibhutvam Chaiva Panchadha Adhyatmam Chaiva Pranasya Vijñāyamritam Ashnute Vijñāyamritam Ashnuta iti. So the one who knows the following details of prana becomes immortal. This is the essence of the mantra. The one who knows the following details of the prana attains immortality. And the following details means what? The 5 questions asked by the student here. And what are they? Utpattim. How does the prana come into existence? And what is the answer to the question? It was given in this section only. Atmanaha esha prano jayate chayeva purushaha. Therefore, out of Atma, the pranas utpatti take place, just as a shadow is born out of a person. So thus, this pranasya utpatti, the one who knows. Then ayatim, how the prana arrives in the body. Kathamesha pranaha ayati. The student asked the question. And what was the answer given? Manokrutena ayatyasmin sharire. Because of our purva karma, the purva punya papa, the prarabdha phalat asmin sharire ayati. This particular information, the one who has. So ayati means arrival in the body or entry into the body. Then sthanam, its positions in the body. It was said, as prana principle, it is in the chakshuhu, nasika, etc. As apana principle, its sthanam is payupastham. And as samana principle, it is in the madhya desha. As udana, it is situated in the neck, urdhvaha, etc. Thus the fivefold positions of the prana, the one who knows. Then vibhutvam. Vibhutvam, Shankaracharya takes as prabhutvam. Prabhutvam means its overlordship, its power, its status. Because it was said in the Upanishad, Samradiva. Etan graman aditishtasva. Etan graman aditishtasva. Just as an emperor allots duties to various, what he called, ministers and others, similarly prana allots duties to samana, udana, etc. Therefore prana is like a samrad. That is called vibhutvam, the overlordship of prana. Then panchadha. Here you have to supply the word sthapanam. Panchadha sthapanam, which means dividing itself into fivefold systems or fivefold faculties, prana, apana, vyana, udana, samana. Panchadha sthapanam. Then adhyatmam chaiva. So its subjective nature, its nature within the individual. This is answer to the question, katham adhyatmam abhidhatte, katham bahyam abhidhatte. How does it sustain the individual and how does it sustain the total? And that is indicated by adhyatmam. Chaiva indicates bahyam. அது சொல்லலை, ஆனால் சப்ளை பண்ணிக்கலாம். And how does it sustain the individual? Pranapana, vyana, udana, samana rupena. And how does it sustain the external world? Aditya, Prithivi, Antariksha, Vayu, Tejo rupena, abhidhanam. Chaiva pranasya. So of this prana principle, all these information, vijnaya, having known, and also upasya, that is to be understood. Vijnanam means knowing and meditating. Only in the case of Brahmajnanam, knowledge is enough. But in the case of all other things, knowledge will not give any benefit. It will be only a step for doing, either in the form of a physical ritual or in the form of a mental meditation. Therefore, Vijnaya means Upasya Amrutam Ashnute. Amrutam Ashnute means Kramamuktim Ashnute or Brahmalokam Ashnute. Na rendu virkolya. Pratamam Brahmalokam Anantaram Kramamuktim cha Ashnute. And it is repeated once again, Vijnaya Amrutam Ashnute, to indicate two things. One is that the result is definite, Sandehapada Vanda, and the second is to conclude this chapter. So, Diruktihi Avadharanartham Upasamhararthancha. Thus, in this section, all about prana was indicated and the prana upasana was indicated. In fact, prana upasana is the main topic. The previous chapter and in this chapter, first portion also, they are all only preparation. Upasana is the vidhi. They are all only arthavada. And the phalam also has been mentioned as the Brahmaloka Prapti. And last one more point. So this phalam is for whom? Sakama Upasakas, those who are interested in Brahmaloka trip. They all can do Upasana. But suppose a person says, I don't want Krama Mukti, I want only Akrama Mukti. Akrama Mukti means Jivan Mukti in Artham. So those people who are interested in Jivan Mukti, what can they do with this Upasana? They can also practice this Upasana Nishkamataya. And then what will be the phalam? Then the phalam will be Chitta Shuddhi, Chitta Naischalyam, and proper Guru Prapti. So all those things are indicated. Therefore, the phalam is he will be able to come to Vedanta in this life. So it will lead to Vedanta, which will lead to Sadhyo Muktihi or Jivan Mukti here and now. And here the Upasana is prescribed as a preparation to Jivan Mukti, not as a preparation for Krama Mukti, because this is an Upanishad, we should remember. Okay. Hari Om. We will stop here. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.